bit more selective with the men that you guys are laying with. The reality is women have been oftentimes in our community loose with their womb and loose with the sexual access. And so if you guys would tighten that up, men, and I get it, it's not about, well, if I do this, then men will do that. But reality is, if guys know that they don't have to put no work in, this is what we talk about, the Pookies and the Bray Rays. This is what we talk about, the hobosexuals and the guys that's borrowing your car while you at work and he's at the gym all day. If guys know that they can get it and it don't take no work, then that's what they're gonna do.
I want to hear everybody's point on this, but then my next question would be, well, how do we get it so we are on the same? Because what it sounds like is she wants this, he wants this, so there may be some manipulation going on up in there, and there's no honesty, no conversation, no communication.
I think it's easy, man. I think the main disconnect with us is how men are programmed from young, especially black men. Men are not programmed to value legacy until we 40, 35, some shit like that. That's when we start valuing legacy. But when you look at these other cultures, Japanese, Asians and white folks and all that, they are born into lineage. A lot of black men, dad ain't even in the house. So how the hell I'm gonna identify with legacy, and I don't even know what that looks like. So what that does is that it causes us to have to go out here and learn from bumping our head 100 times, because we done been encouraged to just be snipers. I mean, I say this all the time. Like, men get encouraged to be snipers from young, black men especially. Like, that's where your value comes from is how many holes you can pull. And that's from your friends, that's from your daddy, that's from your uncle. Man, boy, go out there and get you that. Like it's you get encouragement all around to do that, and even from women. Because let's just be honest, the more highly desirable a man is, the more other women are going to be interested in finding out why. So all of that programming makes us like, okay, it turns us into snipers. And then all of a sudden we hit 22, 23, we meet a woman, and then we're supposed to just flip the switch and be a domesticated man and value legacy and family and all of that shit, when I've never seen nothing like that work in all of my upbringing.
And my favorite rapper don't rap about it.
Right. So now I gotta drag this girl through the mud and pray to God that she just stick around with me as I learn the value of family, as I learn the value of legacy. And then if I just so happen to make it to that finish line, then it's like, okay, beautiful. I'm 35, 40. Now I can start, okay, legacy is important here. Family is important here. So now I'm going to teach my kids. And again, we are that generation to where it's like, it's hitting us. Like, cause me, I started thinking about it early, like 25, different things like that. But that's cause I had my dad in the crib and he was preaching these things. You know what I'm saying? So, most black men just don't have that. So I think the answer is simple. We have to teach our young boys to value legacy early. And that means finding you a suitable wife. That means planning to have a family. That means like early on and planning to tuck shit away for next generation. Sometimes you got to be the sacrifice for the generations before you. You may not be able to enjoy all your riches. Sometimes you got to tuck that shit in mutual trust funds and different things like that for the generations after you to have. And again, we don't come from that. But those other coaches do. Them white kids that I went to school with, they had trust funds. They was driving Benzes and shit freshman year. A lot of us didn't even have cars. You know what I'm saying? Got trust funds, this, that, and the third. And not only that, but when I graduate, my dad owns a company, or my neighbor down the street owns a company. And I'm getting ready to walk right into a 6-figure position at 21, 22. A lot of black men don't have that. But that I'm talking about is legacy. That's lineage. That's, there's an importance based on, establishing family structure and lineage, and black men just don't have that. So we got to change that as a unit.
When men say legacy, this is just from my own understanding and wanting to know, what does that really mean? What does that mean?
Getting passed down, and my resources that I've collected over my time benefiting generations to come.
So it's just financial?
No, I started with my DNA.
Oh, okay.
It's family structure in general. Like, again, if you look at a lot of these other cultures, we eat dinner at that table at 6:00. I don't care what else you got going. This family time at this table. We in church every Sunday. I don't care what you got going. We in church in the morning, and you do what you got to do after. It's the way family is structured. Like, and if you disavow these things or you disobey, we will kick your ass out of the family and disown you. Like that type of stuff. But black people don't have that. We accept all our family members' shortcomings, and You know, a lot of black families don't even eat dinner together, period.
They eat all over the house, all in the they eat, playing the Xbox, eat, and somebody's in the kitchen eating with a plate, and they standing up having a conversation. Someone's in the garage eating Trill.
Right. So again, if you look at these other generations, what do you think that strictness comes from? That's my legacy. My dad did that. My grandpa did that. Their grandpa did that. So I'm just a continuation of that. And on top of that, the finances, the mutual funds, the money, the business plan, the just financial literacy is a part of the legacy. A lot of black people don't have that. Niggas living check to check. I'm gonna pass something down when after I pay my bills, I ain't got shit but 200 left over and shit. I gotta go to the club and get fresh, and I gotta, whatever. So at the end of the week, I'm broke again. So then I gotta wait on that next check. To whereas again, other cultures are teaching their kids how to save from an early age, how to invest from an early age. That's why you got a lot of these white folks that's in crypto and shit. They niggas is 16, 17 up 300 bands just in crypto alone. What do you think that knowledge came from? That's legacy. That was passed down. Either his dad was in finance, or I got a neighbor, or I got an uncle, or I got a cousin that done gave me that game, and not only me, but everybody in my family. That's what legacy is, and we don't have that.
I think legacy is also, making sure your name is good. If you're passing your name down to your children, like wherever they go, if your name is good, if you stood on your square as the father, if your son or your daughter goes out, people automatically know, oh, that's you're so-and-so's child. Okay, we'll take care of you. You're good. Like, it's just being mindful of how you carry out your life when you have children, before you have children, and then they carry on your legacy from there, is making sure that they are set up to where they can do what they have to do without any impediments,
Yeah.
For me, I think my answer is a little different than Trill's. My answer it lies with women. I put the onus on women. And the reason why is because, as Oscar Wilde so notably said, everything in the world is about sex, except for sex. Sex is about power. Women, you guys have a lot of power, and it's being misused these days. And so we talk about, well, men have access to relationships and marriage, and women have access to childbirth and sex. Well, which one comes first? Trill and I just explained, and everybody other brothers, we just explained sex is required. So before I can even think about the part that I'm in charge of, which is the relationship, you got to let me pass through the sexual gate. And if you ladies would put a little bit more importance on that sex here, I say it all the time. And some men in the manosphere get mad at me when I say it, but Cardi B said it best when she said, broke boys don't deserve no pussy. Because they really don't. And if you guys would be a little bit more
about other cultures and how women there don't give it up. That's protected. But now you're saying in order to get to the marriage, black women, and I'm gonna just say black women because we were previously talking about that in order for me to give you the marriage and think about legacy, you got to give me sex. So why?
So now here's what you do. Because that question is tantamount to the question I get. Well, wait a minute, guys. You guys has to have sex damn near on the first date, but then you don't want a woman with a high body count. So then how am I supposed to not have a high body count if I'm supposed to have sex on the first date? Stop going out with guys that you don't want to have sex with.
But see,
you need to be a little bit more selective with the men that you guys are laying with. The reality is women have been oftentimes in our community loose with their womb and loose with the sexual access. And so if you guys would tighten that up, men, and I get it, it's not about, well, if I do this, then men will do that. But reality is, if guys know that they don't have to put no work in, this is what we talk about, the Pookies and the Bray Rays. This is what we talk about, the hobosexuals and the guys that's borrowing your car while you at work and he's at the gym all day. If guys know that they can get it and it don't take no work, then that's what they're going to do. They're not going to put in no work. They're not going to step up. They're not going to work hard. They're not going to become better. Because why? I'm getting what's most important in the world, which is sex. You're giving me what I want.
Do you see how women are confused about this?
Hold on,
this is why women are confused.
Listen. Yes, they are confused. Let them male, female, so we can have a balance here. Okay, and then Logic, I promise you can go.
All right. I was saying this is how women are confused because you said that that's really important, but then Trill was saying that even if you do wait and just don't give it up, if I know only thing I want from you is just to have sex with you, I'm going to let you you know,
That's true.
think you
That's
waiting
true.
as long as you want, but I'm gonna be smashing somebody else over here, and then I'm gonna smash you, and then I'm gonna bounce. So that's why
true.
women are confused. Like, and then y'all say, "Oh, y'all don't know what to do." Yeah, we
I ain't say
don't.
it was easy.
We're
I ain't
getting
say it was fair.
we're getting mixed messages on how we should move in order to move in the direction that we truly want, which is to be married. So we don't have sex with you, then it's like, okay, I can't marry you because I need to get the full scope of what it's going to be like to have you sexually. Then we have sex with you, then it's like, oh, she gave it up too quick. You know, I don't know how many people she smashed if she gave it to me this quick. And like, that's why we're confused.